Hello and welcome. This is Nick G454 and
Mike D3213 here.
From We Are Sports Gaming. Today we got the 2020 NFL Draft wide receiver prospects. And me and Mike are going to make this a little bit shorter than the quarterback. But of course, we're going to cover the main guys that you guys want to hear. And then we got a few mid-round picks and some sleepers that everyone wants to talk about.
Yes, sir.
So let's start, Mike, right away. This is a position I know I studied a lot. You are like the quarterback expert. I study receivers a lot. I'm going to let you take it away here and start with a man who everyone has on the top of their draft board, and CeeDee Lamb. Go ahead.
All right, CeeDee Lamb. A lot of people are saying he's the most complete wide receiver in this draft. I don't know if that's necessarily true. He played for Oklahoma, he played Big 12 talent. Big 12 defenses are horrible. He played no press coverage at all. Played against no press coverage, and he struggled against more physical cornerbacks. But I think he would have done well in any of the conferences. He's got great hands. His run after catch is phenomenal, but he does lack elite speed, as we saw at his combine. I think he's a good wide receiver standing at, what is he, 6'2"?
6'2", 198, yep.
He's just slow. He's slower than we all expect him to be. He's slow for his size.
Yeah.
But he can make plays. He makes plays running after the catch.
I'm going to be honest with you, Mike. I'm going to be one. First-round wide receivers never truly pan out.
Never.
And that's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, they're so good. You know why? The cornerbacks at the college level honestly stink.
Well, especially in the Big 12. And the defenses in the Big 12 are horrible. And that's all Lamb ever played against. He barely ever played against any press coverage.
I'm going to be honest with you. You watch film on these receivers, Mike, and they look like Hall of Famers. They go up, they catch balls over everybody. CeeDee Lamb was amazing at breaking tackles in college. He was my bust to begin. I'll tell you why he's not my bust anymore. He ran a faster 40 than I projected. I thought he was going to run a 4.55. I was saying to myself, why is everyone hyping up a man that is the same height and weight as Adam Thielen and runs a little bit faster than Michael Thomas? He did run a 4.5. I was projecting a 4.55. Look, that little bit of a difference is a pretty big difference for me. He moved up my draft boards. He is probably listed as my number one wide receiver. Great after the catch. Like you said, has fantastic hands. His agility is a little questionable for sure. What were you saying? Go ahead.
He would be a complete wide receiver if he was a little bit faster.
Oh, absolutely. He has a physicality.
He could have been, for sure, the number one wide receiver. He probably still is a number one receiver off the board, but.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you ran a little bit faster, for sure. He is going to be the number one wide receiver taken off this board. I'm pretty sure. I'm like certain. I remember, and let's get to the second guy. This guy was supposed to be, and then all of a sudden, Lamb just took the spot. Let's go about Jerry Jeudy. Go ahead.
Jerry Jeudy is one of my favorite wide receivers in this draft. He looks just like Amari Cooper on that field, but I think Jeudy has potential to be better. He's the best route runner in the draft. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even think it's close. He plays fast. His weaknesses are he's not a very strong guy. Like, he's not going to go up and get a 50-50 ball every time. Lacks that, but people will make the argument he's good because Henry Ruggs played next to him, but you can't make that argument. He played in one of the tougher conferences in college football.
Some would say the other way around, too.
Yes.
That Ruggs was good, yeah.
But I think Jerry Jeudy could be the best wide receiver in this draft.
Yeah. Look, Jerry Jeudy, best route runner I had on my board. Absolutely, by far the best. You made the exact comparison I had written all over my board. You look at him compared to Amari Cooper. They are both 6'1". They're both 192, 193. He is Amari Cooper all the way around. The question is, here's the problem with Jeudy, and I'm going to come out straight out and say it. I love Jeudy, great route runner, but you know what? Route runners, in my opinion, aren't a true 1A receiver. They're 1Bs. This man, look, your number one receiver needs to be a good route runner. They got to be physical. They got to attack the football. That's something that Jeudy does not possess. He possesses pretty good speed. He ran a 4.45.
Yeah, he's not a 50-50 ball guy. You're not going to lob him up the ball, and he's going to go make a play. That's not the type of wide receiver.
Yeah, no. He will get open. He reminds me of a Calvin Ridley type, Amari Cooper type. They're all the same. Great route runners, but you're not going to throw them that 50-50 ball. You look at all the number one receivers in the NFL, they can all go up and get the 50-50 ball. Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, all of them. That's not Jeudy. Judy's going to get open. He's going to be more of just getting open, get him the football, but I don't see him as a 1A receiver. I see him at best a 1B. That's the only reason why I think CeeDee Lamb should be drafted over him is because I see CeeDee Lamb potentially being a 1A receiver
CeeDee Lamb
and
can
going
do
up and getting
everything.
balls over people.
CeeDee Lamb can do everything. He's physical, but like I said before, he has not played against much press coverage. So there's still
No, he hasn't.
we're going to see some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Here we go now, Mike. Henry Ruggs, go ahead.
All right, so we know Henry Ruggs is the fastest wide receiver in this draft, but not only is he fast, he's also a phenomenal route runner. He's got a big hand on him. I think they measured his hands at 10.5 inches or something like that. It's crazy. Crazy big hands. He's got great hands. He's also another guy that has potential to be a great wide receiver coming out of this draft. He just lacks size and strength, but when you run that fast, we've seen it. You don't really need that in the NFL. I just don't know if he's a number one wide receiver. I think he needs somebody else to be with him to succeed, like in college.
Yeah. No, I agree with that 100% because Henry Ruggs was my best receiver coming out of this draft because that speed is phenomenal. Look, everyone wants to compare him right away to someone like, what was it?
He's a good route runner. It's not even just the speed. He's got
no, that's a thing. Everyone wants to compare him right away to Tyreek Hill. Everyone wants to compare him right away to John Ross. Timeout. Yeah. He's definitely better than John Ross, I can tell you that, because he can run routes. He reminds me of Tyreek Hill because he's a better route runner than a lot of people think. He has the speed to blaze by people, and he also has a route running ability to get open. Look, I mean, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, this team, that team. He goes to the Niners with Kyle Shanahan, which a lot of people have him pointing to. Imagine what Shanahan can do with him and Deebo Samuel. It would be insane.
That's scary.
Yeah, and my thing is, Henry Ruggs does not just have that elite speed. He can go up and catch balls over people, which is shocking for his size, and he has good route running. So I'm very excited to see what Ruggs can do. He's definitely going to be better than John Ross. You don't got to worry about that. He's not a bust. I can promise you that. And I can guarantee you his speed is going to be dangerous in the NFL. Yeah, and know what though, too, Mike? You look at Kyle Shanahan. He was this close to winning a Super Bowl. Know what ended his Super Bowl run? A man named Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
A man that ended him at the end of that damn game. And he's going to want a player that can match that same speed as Tyreek Hill. And the man is sitting on the board at right there for him. Henry Ruggs will be right there for the draft.
He lost Emmanuel Sanders, and if he takes Henry Ruggs, that makes up for it.
And I wanted them to draft a bigger receiver to pair up with Deebo, but honestly, take Ruggs and just win with speed.
Deebo's a tough guy. Deebo can hold. He holds his own. So
crazy. All right, let's go to the next one. We got Lamb, Judy, Ruggs. Let's go now to a man named Justin Jefferson who had a crazy year.
Yeah, Nick, you know I've liked Justin Jefferson from the beginning. He's my favorite wide receiver in the draft. I don't know if he's the best wide receiver in the draft, but Justin Jefferson is my favorite. I love the way he plays. He's physical. He will go up and get the ball. He's got great hands. We question his route running, and I like to see him get a little stronger because he is a physical type wide receiver. But he had over 100 catches this year, which is a crazy college season. I think he's going to be a good receiver in the NFL if he lands in a good system. Every mock draft I've seen have the Eagles taking him, and you know I'm an Eagles fan. I love to have Justin Jefferson on the field.
Yeah, look, Justin Jefferson, man. When I watch his film, I'm like, damn,
he is good.
Over 100 catches, very physical, attacks the football. A lot of receivers don't attack the football. You got to go and get your hands on it. Yeah, he is great at high pointing the ball. One of the best I've seen in this draft. His other stuff, like you said, his biggest weakness I got listed down here is honestly, it was when I watched his game, like his film, it was his speed. He goes out in the 40,
he ran.
And I'm pretty sure he ran a 4.43.
That was impressive.
That's phenomenal,
especially for a physical guy like him.
That's faster than Jerry Jeudy. That's faster than a lot of people on this board. I mean, look, that is fast for a physical receiver. Yeah. He doesn't show that on film, which kind of scares me. It might mean that he lacks it during game time. But you know what? His speed showed off the 40. That means he can get there if he wants to. We're going to wait and see. Very physical, attached to football, over 100 catches, so you know he doesn't take time off. Yeah, I'm excited to see what Justin Jefferson can do.
I like Justin Jefferson. The thing that's crazy about him is earlier this year, people weren't even projecting him to go in the first round.
Absolutely not.
He
Absolutely
like a
not.
Third-round pick, and then people saw what he can do. They saw the season he had, and now he's going up the board. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's a late first-round pick. This guy could absolutely be a steal later in the 20s. Like I said, if you're Phillies Philadelphia Eagles get him, I mean, you guys should be very, very happy. Have Wentz give him a number one receiver and see what happens. All right, look. Now we got our sleepers. I'm going to mention a name that I love. I know you like him too.
Yep.
This is a guy you know I've been riding high on
right
since
now,
I first saw his
before
film.
you even say it, I will say right now, you have liked this man for a long time. You told me to watch film on him. I watched film on him, and I like him a lot.
Yeah, no, this is a guy way down the draft board. They had him ranked as the 10th, no, actually the 11th receiver after I did all the studies on him. He is way up on my board. I truly think that this guy's going to go off. Denzel Mims, 6'3", 207 pounds. Look, this man, he can high point the football. I question his straight hands sometimes. Very athletic, acrobatic catches, physical at the point of the football. His only problem is his route running. But we've seen someone named DK Metcalf have a fantastic year last year. I think he has better route running than Metcalf for sure. But look, this man attacks the football, very acrobatic. Reminds me of honestly a man named DeAndre Hopkins with the acrobatic catches. I'm not comparing him to DeAndre Hopkins, though. I know people are going to get me. Oh yeah, but look, this man is a very good receiver. Very excited to see what he can do in the NFL.
Yeah, let me say something about Denzel Mims. Denzel Mims was he played 4 sports in high school. He's a crazy athlete. So I think he is so athletic. I think he can make the adjustment, learn how to run routes correctly. Sometimes I question his lateral quickness too, but I mean,
absolutely.
I think he's going to get it together. He just needs to find the right coach. You know, he's a great athlete playing 4 varsity sports in high school. I'm excited to see what he can do.
Look, man, you got to understand this. At 6'3", the man ran. Listen to this.
He ran a 4.38.
Listen to this. 4.38. That is phenomenal. That is fast. His broad jump was good. His 3-cone, I know we're questioning his lateral, but his 3-cone was one of the best out of all the receivers that actually ran it. Everyone else, I gave him an A-. The next highest on my draft board that actually did a 3-cone was a man named, Michael Pittman, and I gave him a C-. Yeah. So it just shows how much of an athlete a man named Denzel Mims is. All right, Mike, give me your sleeper.
All right, the guy like Penn State wide receiver KJ Hamler. He didn't run a 40, but I think he's the second fastest wide receiver in this draft behind Henry Ruggs. The dude was very explosive in his time at Penn State. He plays fast, and that's something like a guy can run a fast 40, but if they don't play fast, what's the sense? Hamler plays fast.
I agree.
I question his hands, but I mean he's going to be a later pick anyway. This is a guy you roll a dice on in mid rounds. I mean I'd love to have him on the Eagles. We need speed. I'd take a chance on him in a heartbeat. He's just undersized. He's a bit undersized, but he did perform well in the bench press.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means anything, but
Hamler's 5'9", 178. Man, this guy is going to run vertical. And I mean, he's a burner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of anything else he does, but he will burn you. That is this guy's role.
He's
what?
He's quick.
Let's see what he can do. You know, Mike, this guy's not going to be an early, like you said, roll the dice on him late in a round. See what he can do. I'm not a fan of him. Because I don't, but this is a guy that can get behind the defense, and if you got someone in the backfield that can launch one, he will be disrupted. He is a Deshaun Jackson when he was younger. I mean, just run vertical and throw a deep ball and see if he can come down with it. Honestly, Mike, this is someone you roll the dice on and see what can happen.
I like him. He hustles. I like the way he plays.
Yeah, I like that too. Here we go. Another man that everyone's been sleeping on all of a sudden, T. Higgins. What happened? 6'4", 216. Man is physical. He can high point the football probably better than anyone.
They're just saying they're sleeping on him because he didn't run a 40. They think he's slow, but the way he plays, he doesn't need to be fast.
You don't need to be that fast. And I'm telling you something, he's not as slow as people think. Look, very physical, high points to football. He's fallen down at his pro day, Mike. Guess what he ran?
What do you run?
A 4.43.
That's a solid time for a guy that size, that physical. What is he?
Guess
6'4",
what?
230.
He is. Yeah. Let me see. You probably got it up already, right? Is that what it said?
No, look, hold on.
Time out. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I got it. I just lost his name.
6'4", 216.
Yeah. Yep. So again, to me, I mean, you look at this guy right here. I can't even find it. Where the heck do I have him?
But yeah, like
here
he
is. Yeah,
he is great at high pointing the football. This guy.
And Mike, I don't count
the ball. Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was breaking up a little bit again. Look, my thing is with him, 6'4", 216, Pro day, I don't count pro day as a lot of things, but look, with the coronavirus and everything going on, a 4.43 was faster than Judy's time at the combine. Again, combine I count as more official, but still running a 4.43 at 6'4", that is insane. Yeah. That is absolutely insane. So, I mean, again, Higgins, you can't really sleep on his speed either.
Clemson wide receiver. Those Clemson wide receivers are good wide receivers.
They are.
The LSU wide receivers. That's why I'm high on Justin Jefferson. There's just certain schools these guys come out of, and they're just good wide receivers. They produce good product.
Yep, I like it a lot. So my sleeper, this guy can go in the late first, second rounds, and he could potentially be one of the best receivers coming out of this draft. Go ahead, Mike. Give your other one. This guy I love too. Right. This guy I'm a big fan of.
I like Laviska Shenault. He was another guy that was high in the rankings earlier in the year, and like now he just completely fell off. But I like him because he can do so many things. He can run the football. He can throw the football. He's like that Deebo Samuel guy. They're going to use him so many different ways in the system if he gets drafted to the right system. I like Laviska Shenault a lot, and I think you do too.
Mike, Laviska Shenault, man. I 6'1", Mike. He's 227.
Yeah, he's a built guy.
His legs are bigger than my head. They're huge. Like, this guy looks like a running back in a way, but he didn't go up and get. Look,
he is. That's just the thing. He is. He can run He runs the ball.
He runs the football. Yeah. Exactly. He is. Look, when you get someone this versatile in a system, it is insane. He ran a 4.58, which was very slow at the 40. But look, he can run faster. I know he can run faster. I mean,
at the end of the day, you gotta just sometimes a 40 doesn't mean everything. That's running in a straight line.
I agree.
I'd rather have somebody be quick on the field than fast running in a straight line. Because
I know that's yep. Go ahead.
The top wide receivers in the NFL aren't all speedsters.
I agree. Look, this guy again. Yeah, 4 or 5. Look, everyone points to 40 times. Like, oh, this is a make or break. Look, it's a good piece of knowledge to have. Yeah. But it's not make or break. I mean, some people it is. This guy, not really. He can be a running back. He can be a receiver. He'll be in the league for so long because of how much he can do.
The 40 means nothing.
I'm a huge fan of him.
For shiftiness. It's just how fast you can run in a straight line on a sprint, which it does come into play. But how often are you going to really see it come into play? Like, you catch the ball, you're turning different angles, moving around. The 40's not coming into play there.
I agree. Mike, you look at the 40 time, it doesn't really mean much because you look, there's people that run a great 40 and they run slow in the NFL, and there's people that run a very slow 40 and they're the best receivers in the NFL. 40 time doesn't really mean much.
No.
I got 2 late round picks I want to just keep an eye on.
Yeah, you go ahead. Give me your 2.
These are just 2 guys I want you guys to keep your eye on, and they can have breakout seasons. I got a few names actually. One is Michael Pittman, bigger guy, 6'4", 220, plays with a lot of heart. Reminds me of almost like a Michael Thomas.
You know that
really cool.
That USC wide receiver scares me after Nelson Aguilar, man.
I know, but he has better hands than Nelson Aguilar. Another guy I want to bring out and point to your attention is Brian Edwards, another bigger receiver. Donovan People-Jones. And my last guy is another guy that a lot of people are getting hype around. I watched his film. I'm not too hyped up on him. But let's just keep an eye on him. And that's Chase Claypool. He's also 6'4", 238. Who ran a 4.42, and everyone's like comparing him to Calvin Johnson. Don't compare him to Calvin, but he is a bigger receiver that runs pretty damn fast. And I'm excited to see what those 4 receivers can do on the next level. Keep an eye on them. Those are the 4 main late round sleepers that you're going to want to watch. We'll have more on them later on in another video. But besides that, I mean, that's really it.
Let's break down to the questions I like to ask at the end of the videos.
Yes.
If you guys watch the quarterback one, you'll know. Nick, you're sitting there. Say you got like the 9th pick. Every receiver's on the board. Who are you taking?
I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb. And look, this sounds weird. I wasn't a huge fan of him just not too long ago. But after his 40 time, I know we're just saying it doesn't mean a lot.
You can take anybody. It doesn't matter what any of the analysts are saying.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb right now. Just because he seems like the safest pick. But there's a few receivers. I mean, I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb.
All right. I don't blame you. I like Justin Jefferson. I'm rolling the dice on Justin Jefferson. People might say
that's another good pick.
But he had so much success in college. I love the way he plays. I think he moves better than everyone thought he was going to move. I think he's going to be a stud in the NFL.
Look, if I was to move down, my next pick would definitely probably be either, like you said, Jefferson or Denzel Mims. I truly think, look, you can't count out Ruggs. The only guy I really, I'm telling you guys, I feel like Lamb, Jefferson, and Mims. Those three. Don't forget those three names, in my opinion. I don't know if you agree or not. I would even add in Higgins and Shenault, but let's just go with those three. Lamb, Ruggs, and Jefferson. Lamb, Jefferson, and Mims. Those three, I feel like, have the most potential of being that
Mims.
1A receiver.
Mims could be a freak. You're right. Like, when you mentioned Metcalf, Mims is similar. Like, he's not built like Metcalf, but he's similar to Metcalf. So I'm excited to see Mims get on the field.
Those three, I just feel like can be that 1A, Mike. I don't know why. Judy, I don't feel like he's going to be a 1A. Ruggs is not going to be a 1A. Ruggs is going to be a great receiver. I just don't see him being a 1A. And everyone else, again, first round, I wouldn't be surprised if one of those first rounds that we just mentioned are definitely a bust. Most of them are going to be busts, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's wide receivers. Wide receivers are weird for some reason.
Yeah.
You draft them in the first round, they suck.
Yep. So that's really it. Any other questions, Mike?
No, I figured you'd answer the same. I was going to say you got to start week 1. You're going with Lamb?
I'm going to go with Lamb to start. Let's do this. Start one, bench one, cut one.
All right, start one.
Who do you want to put in? Let's do this. Let's do Lamb. Shoot.
Pick 3, and we'll go start 1, bench 1, cut 1.
Yeah, that's tough. Timeout. Who the hell do we?
So let's go. Let's just go to top 3. Lamb, Judy, Ruggs.
Yeah. All right. Look, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna start Lamb.
Really? Who you?
Yeah.
Bet? See, I think you're cutting Judy. I don't think you're a fan of Judy.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut Judy.
You are not a fan of Judy.
Know why I'm gonna cut Judy? And it sounds weird, but I'm gonna cut Judy because Mike, he doesn't have the. Great route runner. I love route running.
I think it's bringing up flashbacks from Amari Cooper.
Yeah, I get those flags. I just don't like them. And Calvin Ridley. Let me ask you this: do you honestly think that Amari Cooper is at 1A? I know you guys were saying yes the other day.
I think Amari Cooper's the number 1 wide receiver. Yes.
1A. Do you think he can go up and win matchups against Mike? Did you see his stats against Darius Slay?
Yeah, he does get shot like against Darius Slay and Stephon Gilmore. He got shut down, but Darius Slay and Stephon Gilmore shut down just about everybody. That's why they're as good as they are.
Yeah, Slay. Remember over last year he did struggle, and he's still. Amari Cooper is not a 1A. Is a 1B.
No, that's a fair argument. It's a very fair argument. Yeah.
And to me, Calvin Ridley's not a 1. Calvin Ridley's a slot receiver.
But if Amari Cooper was in an air raid system, he might be in a 1A.
I'm telling you, he was never that 1A in Oakland. He was never that 1A. He's the number 1 in Dallas, but you're not gonna throw him a 50-50 ball really. He's a good route runner.
All right, so here's mine. All right, I'm starting Henry Ruggs, and I'll tell you why I'm starting Henry Ruggs. He's got that speed and that route running ability. Those big hands. I truly think this guy's going to be special in the league. If he can run routes at a high level and be that fast, he's going to tear the league apart.
Yeah.
I'm benching Jerry Jeudy, and I'm cutting CeeDee Lamb.
Wow. I like it, Mike. Bold. Hey, let me put it this way for you. Mike, I wasn't a fan of Lamb. I like Ruggs for how long?
I like him, but it wouldn't surprise me if he's the bust.
Mike, I said that in the beginning.
You said that. I'm not. I did some research.
Mike, he doesn't really do anything special. He's good catching traffic guy, and he's good after the catch.
I'm least excited about the top 2 guys than I am the rest of the wide receivers.
Me too. I really think if you want to talk about excitement, Ruggs, Jefferson, Mims. Let's end it there.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm excited about them.
And I would even, I still like Higgins and Shenault. Those are the only other 2 I really think are worthy. But guys, signing off now. Really, I think that's it. Nick G454 and
Mike D3213 here. Hold on, one thing. Watch KJ Hamler. I'm telling you, he's gonna.
Yeah,
you're
a fan.
Be fast.
I'm telling you, he's gonna stink.
He's faster than everybody thinks.
He's fast. I just don't see him being that guy. But we'll wait and see. All right, guys. Peace. The best is yet to come. Running backs are coming up next tomorrow. Peace.